Hey guys, Sean Nalawani here of bodytransformationtruth.com, and in this video today I want to discuss bro splits, whether they're effective for natural trainees and how they stack up against other popular higher frequency routines like a full body, an upper lower, or legs push pull. So for those of you who don't know, a typical bro split is where you split your muscles up over usually 4 to 6 weekly workouts, and then you train each individual muscle group once per week. So something like back on day 1, chest on day 2, arms on day 3, legs on day 4, etc. Now, over the last few years, bro splits have gotten a lot of criticism in the bodybuilding community for being a waste of time, with most people saying that a natural lifter will see faster progress using a program that hits each individual muscle group at a higher overall frequency. And all in all, this is basically true. Hitting each muscle group directly only once per week is probably not going to be the optimal approach for the average lifter who wants to see progress at the fastest possible rate. And this is because a given muscle just simply doesn't require a full week of rest in order to fully recover from the previous workout. In most cases, 3 to 4 days will probably be enough for full recovery and growth to take place. And at that point, the particular muscle group could be trained again. So by using a once per week bro split training approach, you basically leave your muscles idle for several days out of the week where they could be trained again and a new growth period could be stimulated, but instead they just rest. For example, if you trained your chest twice per week using like a basic upper lower split, you'd end up with 104 individual growth periods over the course of 1 year for that muscle, in comparison to 52 growth periods that you'd get by only training it once per week. And this is why I generally recommend either an upper lower split done 4 days per week, or a legs push pull split done 4 to 5 days per week for most people. That type of routine still allows for enough total volume and focus for each individual muscle group in a given workout, but it also lets you comfortably hit those muscles at a higher frequency of somewhere around once every 3 to 5 days. So we've established that a typical bro split is probably not going to be the optimal approach for people who want to build muscle as quickly as possible. However, the fact that it isn't optimal doesn't mean that it isn't effective, and it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. When it all comes down to it, any bodybuilding approach that lets you train a given muscle group with enough volume and intensity, and that allows for progressive increases in weight over time, is still going to produce consistent gains in muscle size and strength. And a typical bro split will definitely still accomplish that. And a lot of lifters, myself included, have seen perfectly reasonable gains from week to week using this exact type of approach. Now again, a bro split likely won't have you building muscle at the same rate as you would on a higher frequency program, but you're still going to make impressive gains either way. For a lot of lifters out there, a 4 to 6 day per week split is just a more enjoyable way to work out because a lot of people find that it just leaves them feeling more motivated and more excited to train. And I fully get that, because there definitely is something fun about being able to just go into the gym and really pump up just 1 or 2 muscle groups with a wider variety of exercises and more total volume. And the truth is that if this workout style maximizes your overall consistency and you just prefer it because it's more fun for you, then I really don't see anything wrong with using it, even if it's just for temporary cycles of training. I'd also make the argument that even though the differences in overall progress between someone using a bro split and someone using a higher frequency routine will probably be fairly noticeable in the initial stages of the training program, they'll still tend to level out over time. And this is because there are very steep diminishing returns in muscle growth the longer that you've been training. And there's only a limited amount of muscle that a natural trainee can gain in the first place. So even though something like an upper lower split or a legs push pull routine would almost certainly give you faster gains right out of the gate, after maybe 4 or 5+ years of hard training and proper nutrition, the differences between that and a standard bro split in terms of pure muscle growth would probably be fairly small, because both approaches are still going to ultimately allow you to make gains close to your genetic potential over the long term anyway. So in my opinion, the two key points to take away here are, number one, if your goal is to make the fastest and the most efficient muscle gains possible, regardless of the specific routine, then a bro split is likely not going to be your ideal choice. And instead, I'd recommend that you go with something that hits each muscle group closer to around twice per week. So an upper lower split done 4 times per week, or a legs push pull split done 4 to 5 days per week, or even a full body routine done 3 days per week. And number two, if you just prefer a bro split because you find that it makes your training more fun and it's more motivating for you, and you're also aware of the fact that it probably won't be optimal for building muscle at the fastest rate, at least in the short term, but you just prefer to use it anyway, then the choice is completely up to you. There's really nothing wrong with using a bro split, and you'll still make significant gains following one, but it just might take you a longer period of time to see the same gains in comparison to somebody who's using a higher frequency routine. So thanks for watching this video lesson. I hope you found the information useful here today. To learn a ton of other science-based, no BS training, nutrition, and supplementation information to maximize your muscle building and your fat burning progress, make sure to head over to bodytransformationtruth.com and grab my complete body transformation blueprint system by clicking the icon at the top of the video or using the link in the description box below. If you did enjoy the video, as always, please make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay up to date on future videos. And make sure to check out my official blog over at SeanNall.com for all of my latest articles, tips, and other updates. Talk to you again soon.